So, good morning, students. Today we discuss the fungicides. What is the weedicides or herbicide used? First, we will discuss with the what is the weeds are eliminated. The weeds like pulling the through the groundnut unevenly from their roots and manning the clipping needs and slow their growth and mulching covering the soil materials. So light from the seed weeds. So the picture will close and the next slide is the what is the herbicides? The question is the what is the herbicides? Herbicide is that kill the herbs, all the kill the grasses and control the what is the losses of the weeds. So weeds are basically losses that absorb the nutrient more than water and create the competition for the main crops. So the herbicide will kill the weeds. Then kill the weeds, then control the losses of the nutrients. So the loss will restore the homogeneous. So the several advantages or disadvantages of the herbicide. So next is the advantage of the herbicide. Advantage that means the first is the kill the unadvantage plants. Second is the most one of the application herbicides is the enough the whereas the method have been continuously as use to they are easy to use. The application of herbicide work fast and remove the quickly of the situation. The herbicide is the relatively cheap and most of the cheaper annual for the weeding. Next is they can destroy planting beginning the disease. So next is they can crop the destroying and they also weed the rubbing the crop water and the sunlight. So some of the biodegradable and become the release after the home water and the period of the times. Next is the disadvantage of the herbicide. These are some of the herbicides are non-biodegradable. They are the residue are found in the soil create the toxicity in the soils. So the harmful and long period on the time. So the less of the slightly toxic or high toxic characters. They causes are the leanness and some of the causes eyes effects and burnings and skin problems and upper respiratory effects and some upper the irrigation of the skin may be also the lead for the days. So the carried the stream and runoff and the runoff the least with undergone the water supplies and pollution them. So the herbivorous may be yield from the treated with the herbicide can yield the herbivorous and the herbicide will be the yield this plant and the create the toxic and the for the toxic for the these animals are even of the after the deaths. And the next one is the herbicide regulation. Some of the herbicide come in the past with the rules and regulations the farmer that they spreading the large amount of herbicide and often the required apply the permitted then after application. Second the permitted will be farmer with the allowed not allowed to the very specifically and the control erosion. So the farmer must be sent the report for using the herbicide and the control the herbicide applications and major concentration less concentration of the herbicide will be used. And next one is the permit of concentration. Permit that means the different parameters are used as the control. Second first is the wind speed and direction should be time of the application like movement of the wind like north and east. So the application is the north and east mode because then the do not move the spread in the various spaces and the application. So the field temperature at the time of application. What is the temperature? The high, low, and the high in nature. So the field location and quantity of average and the time of applications. Grower name and address of phone numbers, owner and operator names and phone numbers. So applicator name, address, phone number, and certificate number. So the product name is the API registration should be the must for the permit for the consideration of the manufacturing of the herbicides. So next is the herbicide control equipments. With control equipments like spraying of the control for the using the different types like the larger scale application use the aerial equipment such as the helicopters and or largely machines such as the tractors. So that the sprayer herbicide cover the large area. With the short area, less only farmers are using the man-made activities, using the man for the spreading the herbicides. For the more personal use, the smaller application making these are the available. And the next one is the example. Example that means the aerial applications are the larger scale application. So the first is the aerial application using as a helicopter. Helicopter spread is a very large area or the covering by the application of the pesticide fertilizer or the water in the fields. So next is the scale of mechanical application. Mechanical that means the Machine application like tractor or so spread in the pit quickly. Next is the personal application, that means the man-made and is short instrument take and mix the ingredient in the bottle. So the sprayer should be the in the larger and the low farm areas and covered by the applications of the these are the fertilizer and spraying of the water. So the next one is the garden and pests. Garden pests. So the garden pests like weevils and insect animals are damaging the pests. So consume the crop and garden plants. So the example like aphids, slugs, weevils and worms everywhere. So many rabbits, squirrel and grasshoppers. So many farmer pesticide get the rates. Those are the unadvantaged plants. So the control. These are the major losses from these insects in the from the fields. So the control the pesticides and control the these are the effect of the plant and the crops. So the control the losses from the insect and pests by the 10% in every year. So the major losses and the control by the application of the this. And next one is the what is the pesticides? The pesticide is the chemicals that we use to control or kill the pest and live the garden of the crop pits. So pesticides is generally effective, but is the very dangerous if the use of incorrectly or a high concentration are more used. Then it's like a drug, and the some person are taking the drugs or the continuously. Sometimes are no effective for the these concentrations. They increase the drugs. So the continually application of fertilizer or pesticide, any content, the crop or resistant or soil resistant or insect should be taking day by day short doses and the resistance for this pesticide does not infect any time any application or any dosage. So the continuous not application is the by day after the in the very dangerous situation then application of the pesticide because the no as the for the health or human. So what is the pesticide regulation? So most countries are ordered to sell the pesticides say approved for the government agencies and the US and like protection agency like EPA. So complexes and costly studies must be conducted to the decided whether and the material safe use to effective against the inherent pest. So the during registration process, the label of the site and the host, the content, the direction of the proper in the material. The based of the toxicity pesticide assignment. So the toxicity is the process. The must. So last one is the pesticide regulations. Regulation that some pesticides are considered as the hazards. Hazards that are very harmful to the health. So generally public has designed the restricted use for this type of pesticide. This pesticide. So the only certified applicator is the has been passed by the exam. This may be purchased and survival restricted for the pesticide use. The record of sales of the requirement maintained by the government and agencies and the unenforceable pesticides. So the my suggestion is the last one is the do not use without requirement of the pesticides. Some are farmer are without happens like some plants are infected by the insect. Do not required for the spray the herbicide or insecticide every field. Doesn't matter. So the after this is very critical condition, then you apply as you use the bioregulator or biocontroller as a use for the insect for controller as the kill. Only one plant infected, then is damage the plant and spread on the out of the field as it spread and the control the of the and control the do not use as a more chemical for the human health or and the good day and the